Today we're doing a really easy, delicious granola recipe, and I show you how to make a faux honey. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to Cook with Mel. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get all our recipes. We have got a really easy but absolutely delicious granola recipe for you today. I give you the choice of your own nut mixture, and of course, as I announced before, I am so excited to show you how to incorporate a honey flavor into your mixture. Let's get into the recipe now. Firstly, set your oven to 347 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius, and grease and line either a casserole dish, or if you've got a baking tray like this that's square, that'll do as well. We'll just talk about equipment. You're going to need a pan for toasting your nuts, and we're also going to use a blender or food processor to grind the nuts down. I've set my burner to medium, and I've got here 400 grams worth of nuts. And the nuts could be, your favorite that you want in a granola, but I'm using walnuts, macadamia nuts, pecan nuts, pepitas, or pumpkin seeds, and I've got a few almond flakes as well. You'll see all my mix, when we're toasting it. It looks really good. So while we're toasting all these nuts, toasting them brings out the flavor, and we're just going to do a light toast because they're still going to get baked in the oven. So my pan is ready now, and just pour your nuts into the pan. Doesn't that look so gorgeous? It already looks like granola to me. But yeah, I'm just going to stir this around until I get a light toast and brown flecks on the nuts. Okay, so as you can see here, this is just a very light toast. I don't want to cook this any further because I just wanted to warm the nuts. I know sometimes we really miss the taste of honey, and today I want to give you a solution for that. Make my faux honey. So I've got here 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I'm just going to pour that into a bowl. And I love essences, to try and trick my taste buds. So I've got honeycomb essence here, and I'm just going to pour a tablespoon of essence into that. And what we're going to do now is toast the nuts in this honey flavor. Yum! Pour your nuts into this faux honey mixture, and now we're going to coat our nuts in our faux honey. Oh my goodness, looks beautiful. And the smell, oh wow. My husband just said that this smells like a crunchy bar. It's insane. I've got here 100 grams of almond cacao butter. That's why it's dark, but you can use macadamia butter, plain almond butter, any butter that's keto approved, 100 grams. And 50 grams of coconut flakes, really pretty. 100 grams of sugar-free chocolate chips, and 100 grams of powdered sweetener. Add all your other ingredients to your nuts. Give it a mix. That's pretty good. So just to give you a tip here, the almond butter does clump together. And when I was mixing it, I did concentrate on just breaking that up and trying to evenly distribute it between the mixture. But it's pretty easy. And now this goes into the blender. You can do a light, if you want you know, the nuts to be bigger, just do a pulse. But if you want a finer one, you know, you go as long as you need. If you don't have any blender, you could just do this as well. This will work, and I think I actually prefer it because then you can decide, you know, by hand exactly how big or little you want your nuts. And this to me looks just gorgeous, you know. You can see all the insides of the nuts there. So I think I'm going to keep going with this. I've been adding my granola as I've chopped it up, and now if you're making bars, you would add this of course to your baking tin, and then you're going to compress it down like that, so when it's baking it solidifies, and you know, the chocolate and the sweetener and the honey is all going to be a bonding agent for these nuts. This is, if you're making granola bars, this is exactly what it should look like. And I reference F because I'm going to show you an option for granola and granola bars. I have some loose granola mixture in here, and all I'm going to do to make granola is just pop it on a lined baking tray. Guys, the smell in here is just, I can't describe it. It's only if you get to make this recipe will you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so you're gonna spread your mixture just to get a loose granola mix, and I'm gonna pop my bars next to it so that I can bake it together. And now we're going to bake this for 20 minutes. And this is it fresh out of the oven. Smells beautiful. Just a couple of things. If you are doing a loose granola, you know, as a trail mix for your yogurt or your breakfast, I would go maybe 15. This is heavily coated in chocolate, and now I'm going to let this cool, and then you'll see us cut it up. Simply remove it from your baking pan. Cut it in half first. And here we go, our beautiful granola bars. I cannot stress how beautiful they smell too. Even if you decide to bake just the bars and leave no, you know, loose bits of granola, you could always take a bar and look, from cutting it up, I've got some leftover bits. You could further break up a bar and just have them, you know, as another option. And look, it's all beautiful. And you know, the chocolate, the honey, the sweetener, and you know, your choice of nuts all make to a really great granola. I'm just preparing my granola for storage, which is going to be an airtight container, and you would do the same. I've got here some of our porridge, or one serving of our oatmeal that we did earlier, and here is a link to that recipe if you need it. And what I will do now is grab some granola, and a few blueberries. And what about a couple blackberries? And there you go, that makes for a beautiful breakfast. As an alternative to having the oatmeal or cereal, you could replace that with sugar-free, low-carb yogurt, which makes it a beautiful breakfast. I hope today that I've showed you so many ways that you can use granola. It's an excellent snack, an excellent breakfast option, and also how to store it. I really had fun with this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well.